everyone, and welcome to BookTrib's 15 Minutes with a Miramax Media production. We're thrilled to welcome Making Faces Beautiful author Gail Sagel. She's the CEO of Faces Beautiful, which is a beauty salon here in Westport, Connecticut, as well as an online store and a cosmetics brand. She's pretty much done it all. And she's been recognized by the National Association of Professional Women. She's an 8-time recipient of the Best of Westport, which is just awesome. And her latest product, Face in a Case, which we will be talking about shortly, is a standout in the beauty industry right now. It's just so cool. Welcome, Gail. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Really
Wonderful. So I want to first talk about your book, which I have right here. It's Making Faces Beautiful. You've written this book for any woman, all women on the go, and how to incorporate makeup and beauty and in that busy everyday life that we have. Tell us a little bit about the book and what, people can find in it.
So, yeah, I created this book, Making Faces Beautiful, so that women can feel comfortable to put their makeup on. I mean, it shouldn't be such a big challenge. It doesn't have to be that difficult. One of the key little tricks that I put in there was that eyeshadow. People are mostly very intimidated by, like, how do I put eyeshadow on? So I made it really simple. I said, what if I could break this down that you only needed to use 3 colors, you only had to have 3 steps, and then you're done. Like, let's take all the intimidation factor out of it. So I try to make all the steps really simple. Even like with eyebrows, filling in eyebrows, they just look better when they're filled. It doesn't have to be that complicated. You can even use your eyeshadow to fill in. So I just try to make all the steps really simple.
I love it. I love it. And as you were just saying, with the simple steps, you use these easy to apply techniques. Off the top of your head, is there a couple that are in the book that you can think of as far as maybe making morning application just a breeze?
Well, yeah, a lot of women, they like to start their day with either like a foundation or a concealer. So one of the things I say is you don't really have to have both. You could just have one. And if you kind of get like the center part of your face filled in, like this part out here usually all looks fine. Like it's just the center. So find a product that you can double, that you can use it as a foundation or that you can use it as a concealer or maybe has your SPF in it. Like you don't need 4 products to do 4 functions. Like there are products that will multifunction, and I'm a big fan of multifunctioning.
Absolutely. So what about, I'm curious about the writing process because we love to talk about that here at BookTrib. Was there anything that kind of made you realize, oh, I wasn't expecting this, or anything in the writing process of creating this that maybe you learned through the way, along the way?
Well, yeah, first of all the models in Making Faces Beautiful, they're all real people. And that was important for me so that when readers view it, they don't say, oh, well, she's some gorgeous model. I could never look like that. Or she's some movie star. She had some big fancy, makeover or something.
Absolutely.
So the makeovers in here, they don't always start with a totally empty face. A lot of them start with the look that they're trying to create. And then I just sort of teach them how to enhance what they're doing from there. So, for example, someone who wears eyeliner, and I know so many of us have gone through this. They're like, oh my God, at the end of the day, it's like running down my face. So I want to say, well, how do you fix that? So a lot of the tricks and techniques that I teach are ones that I would hear all the time from the models that were in my book, which are real people or real clients. So the stories that are told throughout the book are real life scenarios that happen. But I think the most important thing is that intimidation factor. I wanted to remind women, like, seriously, girls, this is only makeup. Like, if you do a really bad job, you could just wash your face.
Yes, exactly.
So, like, don't be so afraid. But what came out as I was writing is that there were so many makeup analogies that how they feel about makeup has a lot to do with how they feel about life and how they feel about themselves. So there was a sort of correlation between how risk-taking a woman might be with trying a new product or trying a new makeup technique, with how she might feel about endeavoring to try something new in her life. And that was what was the very heartwarming part of, I'm going to call it the Making Faces Beautiful story, is that you pick up the book and you think you're just reading about makeup technique.
Right.
But what you find is that you're really reading about confidence and security and perseverance, and all these things that women, we focus on every day, or we endeavor to. And it just turned out to be a really feel-good book about how little things that you do to try something new, how it can spill over into other parts of your life.
I think that's perfect because it's a wonderful segue into my next question, which is self-confidence right now is huge. It's a huge topic. It's something that so many people are either trying to achieve or we're trying to get others to achieve. And how does Faces Beautiful and Making Faces Beautiful kind of tackle that topic, both the book and the company? How do you contribute to that self-confidence idea?
Look at my company name. Our brand is called Faces Beautiful. And if I could put a sign up, I would say Faces Beautiful. I'd put a little equal sign, and next to it I would put Feeling Beautiful. Because when you feel beautiful, that's when you act beautiful. And it all happens in your mind. So when someone has the experience of having a makeover or wearing great makeup or just putting themselves together in a way that they know they feel great, it changes their whole day. Absolutely. So if Faces Beautiful as a company, or if my book as a guideline, if we can in any way help a woman achieve that I feel good power, that's just a huge confidence builder, and it's a great way to help empower women.
Absolutely. And, I think that, again, that's perfect for our next topic, which is your newest product, which is so exciting. And you and I have spoken about this before, and you know that I'm a big fan of the product, Face in a Case. Tell us about the product, what inspired it, and how the road came along to creating it.
Again, I know this sounds so canned, but it's really my clients, whether it's models that I've used or women I've worked with, but every woman that I've ever worked with, in some how, shape, or form, she's always said to me, "Oh my God, I wish I could take you home with me," or "I love what you did. I wish you would teach me that," or "I love the way you choose colors. I can choose an eyeshadow, or I can choose I never know what to put together." So I really took everything that I heard and I said, "Well, let me put it together for you." So what I did was I created this little case. I don't know if you could see this. I'm holding a black.
Yeah, keep it in the middle. There we go.
And so this case, I know it looks just like a little clutch bag or something, but the first thing that has on the inside, it has a wallet. So there's a spot in here to put cash.
Perfect.
And then there's spots here to put credit cards. Because we go out and we spend money and we have cards, but we also go out and we need to touch up our makeup. So I put the makeup inside here as well. So you see there are two levels to it.
Look at that.
The wallet level, and then one is the part for the makeup. And so this is a makeup palette in here that has pretty much everything a woman's going to need aside from her foundation concealer product, because that's so different for every woman. But I put in these 6 different eyeshadows, which can be used.
Bring it to the middle so everyone can see. There we go.
These 6 different eyeshadows can be used wet or dry. And so you can use them as eyeshadows, but you can also use them, like I'm looking at you, like this color right here would be perfect to fill in your eyebrows. Or this color right here would be perfect to use as eyeliner. Or you could set your gel eyeliner or pencil that you use. And then here's a blush and a bronzer. And then this is a lip gloss. And this is a mascara. So even if you start your day and you put your makeup on, let's say not using my case, let's say using whatever you're using at home, at some point when you go to touch up, just touch up. And then it has these little brushes inside.
And it's all magnetic, which is so cool.
Yeah. And so these little brushes, they'll help you to apply your makeup. And you can use them either like do your shadows like this and grab several colors. Or you can use these for your blushes. So it just helps you make your day easier or helps you transition from night. So a lot of times if you go to work one way and then you want to go ahead and change your makeup look for night, like this is everything you need to do that. Or if you're sleeping out, or if you're going away for the weekend, or...
Amazing. So you're showing us the black clutch right now, but there are 2 other clutches, champagne and leopard.
This is the champagne, and this is the leopard. And there's other palettes too. Like the palette I showed you was what's called plum neutral. This one right here is called nude neutral. So you can see there.
Different. I like it.
Yeah, but they're coordinated. Like you don't have to wear like this gloss goes great with this palette.
Right.
And then I did something else. Like, not everybody wants to carry their makeup with them. So I just want to show you, like, inside of the champagne one. Like, this one just has a phone in it and a gloss.
Amazing.
Sometimes you just need your phone, your gloss, your credit cards, your money, and like, okay, good to go.
I'm here. I'm all set. Yeah, because sometimes those clunky bags, it's the last thing that you want, but then it's also you need the little makeup bag inside the big bags. You need a bigger bag. I mean, it's just it's so much. So this really condenses it. It makes it all compact and in one place, which is so awesome. What was the thought process for you picking those two different palettes that you chose, which are the plum neutrals and the nude neutrals?
So my thought behind them was every woman loves a natural look. And I know natural seems like it should be the easiest to do. Actually the hardest to do, because that natural look doesn't mean wear no makeup. It means put enough makeup on so it looks like you didn't try too hard.
Exactly.
It's really hard to choose your colors right. Most women complain when they go for that monochromatic natural look that they end up looking dead or flat, or their makeup just disappears into their face. And that's because they've chosen the colors wrong. So you have to have a really correct balance between your warm hues and your cool hues, and you have to get them right so the balance enhances you. Otherwise, you sort of disappear and look just blah. I'll tell you something else I did is in my book, I teach the eyeshadow techniques in particular because those are normally the hardest.
Yep.
And the three techniques I always teach are what's called the classic nude, the reverse nude, and the side V. And I took those three techniques and I included them in a face in a case. So that when a woman buys a face in a case makeup palette, she also gets this little card with the three different eyeshadow techniques and the three steps that she has to follow. Because everyone always said, I want to take you home with me. So I want them to take them home. I want you to take me home with you. I put the little card in there so that when you get home, you could sit there with the makeup and the little technique, and you say, oh, this one goes here and this one goes there. And you could follow the guidelines and you could recreate the looks that I've already taught you.
It's so perfect. So can you tell us a couple of fun tips, quick tips, that the face in a case allows you to do if you're out? Like, say you're out, you're going, to drinks after work, and everyone's out the door, but you're like, I have to do something with my face first. What's a couple of really quick things that face in a case makes available to you that you can use the palettes multi ways?
Okay, so here's a couple things. I would take this little brush and I would put it like, say, in the darkest eyeshadow.
Okay.
And I would wipe off whatever stuff you have under your eye from the day. And then I would smoke it up a little bit under your eye and a little bit over your eye. Okay. And I would just make everything smoky and intense without making it big and loud, but it would just make it more interesting. Then I would take this big brush and I would dip it in, say, the lighter colors. So in this example, maybe I'll take these two light colors here on the end.
Okay.
And I might put it right under my eye as a highlight. And then a really great way to get perky is you take the brush and take the blush color. And you know how everyone always says, put the blush on the apple of your cheek? All right, so don't do that. So find the apple of your cheek. Don't do that. So find the apple of your cheek and put it above your apple.
Ah, there you go.
So it makes your cheekbone appear higher. So if my apple is here, I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do it up in here.
Right.
And it just lifts you up and wakes you up. It also makes your eyes appear wider. And then if you take the light color, like you did before, a little highlighter, and you put that light color across your lid here, it just wakes everything up.
Wow, I love it. Oh, those are so easy and so perfect.
Easy tips.
So, okay, I want to talk a little bit about you for a moment.
Oh, no.
Your background is quite inspiring. So can you talk a little bit about your journey to Face is Beautiful and even Face in a Case? How did this all start for you?
So this was not my first career. My first career was actually as an energy derivatives trader on Wall Street. It was just not a career that was suitable for me. A lot of women could tell you that it was not the right career for me. But I did have a couple of customers that were in Paris, Elfin Total, years ago, and I got to spend a lot of time in Paris with different spa bouteilles and makeup, and I've been painting since I'm 5 years old, so painting and art was always just a natural format for me.
Okay.
But after I got back from Paris, it was already in my mind that I've got to change industries. Like, what am I doing in this godforsaken Wall Street? Like, this is not for me. So I ultimately did change industries, but it wasn't until after a very crazy wake-up call. I was actually working at a hedge fund up in Connecticut. I'd already had married and had children and everything, and I was working at a hedge fund. But my day was so hectic trying to fit everything into my day that I would bike back and forth to the hedge fund. So that's how I got my daily exercise. And then one day I was hit by a car biking home.
Oh my God.
So that just became a very big aha moment for me. Like, oh my God, what am I doing with my life? Like, I hate what I'm doing. I need to change it. And I just I made a whole list of all the pros and cons of what I liked and what I didn't like. And I just had to find my passion. And makeup and painting always were just what I loved. So I had to figure out a way to make it a business.
Absolutely. That's amazing.
About 17 years ago. So
wow. And the journey to Face in a Case has been about that long, right? I mean, it's been a thought process in the making.
Yeah. It's been a thought process for about 8 years. I do have 2 patents, and it's trademarked as well.
Wonderful.
And, I guess I thought that somebody was going to come along and fund this idea or something. I didn't know that I was going to have to self-fund it and figure out, how am I going to get the money to do this and creative financing. But, when you have a passion for something, you find a way. I mean, you have to take every obstacle and turn it into an opportunity. And I would just say that anyone who is building a business of any kind, or all entrepreneurs out there, you have to find your passion and stay focused. At the same time, you just have to know that destinies just don't take a straight path, and you need to be prepared to be very agile.
Absolutely. Wow, that's wonderful advice. So for those who are wondering, they want more, give me more, give me more, you can go onto the site, facesbeautiful.com, and check out Face in a Case. You can order Gail's makeup. You can, if you're in the tri-state area, you can even host a party. So definitely jump on the website, check it out, take a look at Face in a Case. It is really just such an awesome product and so great for any woman on the go, any woman, period. You can use it for everything. And then also, don't forget, Making Faces Beautiful. Take a look at this on Amazon. And excitingly, Gail is giving away 3 of these on BookTrib.com. So we will have 3 winners before next Thursday. And you can sign into BookTrib.com and try to win it. Jump on there.
Can I share one last thing?
Of course.
So our Face in the Case, I mean, of course we sell it at facesbeautiful.com, but we also sell to other salons and other businesses.
Wonderful.
So we are doing events with other salons, especially if you're on the East Coast. It's very easy for us to do that. So salons that bring our product in for sale, I welcome them to invite me in to do an event with them. I'd be happy to do that too.
Oh, that's wonderful. And having Gail there means you're getting your makeup done too. So that's even better. Absolutely. So, and even if you are someone who's just looking, do you have a kind of a rolling schedule of events of where you'll be doing those kind of things for people to come check it out?
We do, but let's see, where are we next? I know next week, I don't have the whole schedule, but I do know next week we're at Warren Tricomie in Greenwich, Connecticut from the hours of 2 to 6 o'clock.
Great.
And that's on Putnam Avenue, East Putnam Avenue in Greenwich. I don't know all the dates for all the New York City events, but I do know that one. Okay. But again, if someone is the owner of a salon or makeup and skincare studio or something of that sort, and they buy our product, I will come in and do events with them and teach it to all of their cosmetologists or their hairstylists or their makeup artists, and help their clientele to understand the product and enjoy it too.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Gail. This has been so much fun, and making faces beautiful one step at a time.
So it's really good. Did you follow my little card, my advice?
I did a little bit. Yes, I will admit. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us. So much fun.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.